Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the extravaganza that was my 8 hours in Hong Kong. An 8-hour fiesta of no sleep, of exposing myself in ways that I did not imagine. A lot of people, when they think of traveling on no sleep, it is this glamorous thing, like, yes, you might be slightly tired, but it's those rough times where you find the best in life. It's where you find the love of your life. It's where you find yourself, like an eat, pray, love-esque kind of thing. Well, no. Let me tell you, that is wrong. That is lies. Lies spouted multiple times. Going to a new city with 100% humidity on no sleep is like the hangover from hell. It is something that I would never recommend you do. Something that I should never do again. Something you should never do. It is like your brain has imploded. It is as if there is a little boat floating around, and then the less sleep you get, it's like a water spout underneath, and then boom, boom, boom. Not the Venga Boys version, the geographical version. Boom, boom, boom. And it's not a good boom, boom, boom. It's like, dear God, this is not helping me out. So besides the midday flight, the first flight was hella comfy. Great food, lots of leg room, economy, 10 out of 10, fabulous. Would do again. TripAdvisor, hire me, it was amazing. However, this is where the disasters started. Sometimes you don't hear what people are saying when you're wearing the headphones that the plane gives you. And I was, like, the woman sitting next to me, they were collecting the trays of empty food. And I said, hey, you know what? I'll be a nice person and I'll take her tray and give it to the flight attendant. No, it didn't go down that well. Pretty much as she was like reaching over, because she was by the window seat and then I was by the aisle seat, I was like, picked it up from her. What I didn't realize was, because I was wearing the headphones, was that she was trying to communicate with the flight attendant about some matter. Don't remember what it was. And I'm just pulling at the tray wondering why she isn't giving it to me, and I'm just getting awkward side eyes from the flight attendant, and then I kind of click what's happening, and I'm thinking, dear God, I'm gonna have to sit next to this lady for the next 7 hours. What have I... You just make an awkward first impression and you just recede into a ball of immense cringe, and you're thinking, why did I do that? I was like, you know what, if this has happened, there's a whole lot of disasters coming for the next so and so hours of the flight, and then for Hong Kong. So we arrived at 7 in the morning from London Gatwick to Hong Kong airport, and it was fine. I was feeling okay. I was like, okay, maybe I'll be alright. No. Look, I was trying to keep the same levels of optimism that I have with the ability to get a job after doing a media degree at university, and I landed with hope. I don't know. Anyhow, do my security thing, get through security, then World War III in my brain begins. It was like, oh my God. To be honest, I felt like a sim with the red bar that the game player had just decided to have a little fun with after being, having a rough day. That is pretty much what? Pretty much what? That was pretty much just what I felt like. Dear 19-year-old Stella of beginning of July, why did you not consider this? From July to September in Hong Kong, it is typhoon season. And I was wearing this. A flowy dress. Now, did I indecently expose myself to people in Hong Kong? Yes. Will I continue on living a life of embarrassment? Yes, but you know what? Life is about no regrets, as every Tumblr blog and every Pinterest run by middle-aged mums says. So that's the mentality I'm gonna have about it. Then decided to have a little walk around. Now what I've learned from the little walk around is pretty much I will not be one of those cute Insta girls. I will not be one of those girls that you see with 100,000 followers enjoying their tropical Asian holiday and looking hella cute. No, I will be the girl with exposed knickers, cellulite hanging everywhere, and just a pool of sweat dripping down with pale ass cheeks on display. I'm embracing that. I'm not going to be Alexis Ren. I'm going to be Stella Goodwin, and that is okay. I then decided, after a bit too much time in the humidity, to retreat to a museum because there was free entry for students. So the museum I decided to go to was the Science Museum because I was feeling mentally just not there, and I was like, you know what, I need to make sure that the private school education I had does not go down the drain. So I decided to enlighten myself and go to the Science Museum. Pretty much every school child from mainland China had decided to come down to the Science Museum the day I'm going. And so pretty much me and a bunch of just disgruntled parents just sat on the benches in this air-conditioned museum while just children ran around screaming at the top of their lungs and taking photos with plastic giraffes. It was a really fun time. I enjoyed it, and I would thoroughly recommend you go and do the same thing. As the day was starting to wind down a bit, I was feeling a little bit down in the dumps. Just feeling very sweaty. I was loving walking around the city, and but the lack of sleep, it was getting to a dangerous level. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. I am going to treat myself to a beautiful piece of cake. So I went and got one of those crepe cakes that you see on like Facebook and everything. I found a green tea matcha one because I flippin' love matcha. Matcha for life, matcha gal, through and through, matcha babe, hell yeah, that's me. I sat next to what I thought was just going to be this quiet couple. No, that was not the case. It was a sugar daddy and sugar baby meeting. It was just one of those conversations that you don't really hear very often, and as you can imagine, was slightly interesting to obviously not eavesdrop on. Yep, cool. But fun tip, if you ever go to Hong Kong or just Asia in general and you have pale skin like me and you already naturally get flushed, if you get embarrassed, no one thinks it because people just assume it's the humidity and that you're just a tourist and not used to the heat. So it's a win-win situation right there. And then I thought, you know what? I think Hong Kong has had enough of me. I don't think she can handle me anymore. And decided to get on the train and head back to the airport. The next flight was delayed by an hour. I loved life. At that stage, I was actually pretty content. I was like, yeah, I've accepted that, you know, nothing's gonna go to plan, and if something does go to plan, I would feel really good about it because I wasn't planning for it to go to plan. Science. Psychology. Eventually we started boarding the plane and I got to my seat and I was sat next to an Olympian. While I was pretty much delirious, about to fall asleep, probably the most interesting person I'm ever going to sit next to on a plane, and I'm a mess. Like, you know when you actually cannot keep your eyes like open and you're just like, that was me. And that was my travel experience of Hong Kong. Some of you may think, oh, what is this girl on about? That's nothing. And you know what I say to you? I aspire to have your self-confidence. And to the others which are like, oh girl, I know you, I know how you feel. Let's make some friendship bracelets and bond over how tragic we are. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble and little story of what went on in my 8-hour extravaganza in Hong Kong, and I will be seeing you hopefully very soon in the next video. Bye! Also, I just want to say thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I know it's a tiny number, but it does mean a lot to me that 50 people are watching my videos. So yeah, Anyhow, see you guys later and hope you have a fab week. Bye!